Awesome. Thanks for coming, everyone. It's Monday night, and we are having a team call with Whitney Warr. She is an awesome Sapphire ambassador, and we are so excited to hear from her. She grew quite quickly and leads primarily with a business, and she is going to talk a little bit, obviously tell us her story, and maybe talk to us a little bit about how she goes about leading with the business, and so we're really excited. And I'm just going to let her take over since it's dinner time where she is, so I don't want to tire her too much.
Oh, don't worry about it. How much time do you want me to use?
Whatever you're comfortable with, it's fine.
Okay, all right. Well, I guess I'll just start back in the beginning then. In December of 2014, I had been with another direct sales company for 8.5 years, like a party plan jewelry business, and I had found some success there. And at this point, we were making a pretty nice income, and it was actually the majority of our family's income, and we had become dependent upon that. And so I was doing a lot of parties every week, and just kind of what I thought living the dream, because even though it was really stressful and that didn't really allow me to be the mom and the wife that I wanted to be, it was providing really well financially for our family, which I never thought would be a possibility, because I'm not a college graduate, neither is my husband. And so, that income was so appealing to us that we became dependent upon it. And then I just felt like I was kind of trapped, even though it really owned me. And I worked a lot of weeknights every single weekend. I mean, when my husband and my kids were home, the most is when I was gone. And so that was really hard on our family. And so I'd been praying for something to change and something to give. But at my level, it really required me, to maintain that income, which I did see like faltering in the latter years that I was there. The party plan industry was really starting to fail. It was getting harder and harder to get people to attend live parties, and we were seeing more people moving to online. And so we were really struggling, and I felt, I just really had to do more and more to make up for that. And so when I'd been praying and praying for something to give, something to change, and in early December 1st of 2014, we got a call for all the managers from the president, the CEO of our company, and they announced that they were going out of business by the end of that month, right before Christmas. I mean, we're talking, this was like earth-shattering for us. And not only that, was it right before Christmas, but we were in the process of buying a new home. So we were spending our whole entire savings to buy this new home the same month that we were losing the majority of our income. So as you can imagine, that was really terrifying, but I believe that God works in really amazing and mysterious ways. And because of that desperation, I was really driven to find a way to replace that income as quickly as I possibly could. So what I did, I was actually really blessed in my research, because I had been a top leader in the company. 1 year, I was the top in sales and recruiting in the whole entire company for my level, my team was. And so I had a ton of people trying to recruit me to anything you can imagine. And I used that to my benefit. What I did was I sat down and I made a list. If I could dream up a business opportunity for myself, it would have all of these aspects to it. And I had quite the detailed list there. And I thought, there's probably not a business out there that exists like this, but I'll find the closest match that I can. And so I made up a questionnaire, and everyone, I mean, I can't even tell you how many people messaged me, people that I never had met before, but they must have somehow had access to that list of leaders in that company, because they were messaging me out of the blue. And so I used that to my advantage, and I said, I want to look at everything that's out there, so I'm willing to listen to what you have to offer. But first, I want you to fill out this questionnaire for me. And I also want to see proof of income from you, and proof of income from someone very successful in your upline that you know. And I want to see your compensation plan in detail. So I gathered information for quite a while there, and about less than 3 weeks before Christmas, I started just really going through there, and I prayed really hard for guidance, and I tore that info apart. I really was desperate to find the fastest way to make income that I could. So I took it very seriously. And I kind of like weeded out all the ones that I feel like didn't really have much financial opportunity. And so that left me with just, you know, a handful to look at that I really dove deeper and took a second look at. And one of them was this company called Plexus Worldwide. And I had heard of it before, but I never even considered even what it was. And the thing that caught my attention with this is the person that had messaged me, she shared proof of income with me from her diamond ambassador leader. And I was so blown away by the income and the fact that this was that leader's first full year in this company. And so I thought to myself, if she could do that, I could do it. And so that really intrigued me, but I hadn't made the decision, and I was really praying hard. And the more I dove in and really looked into the compensation plan there, and then started researching the products and testimonials, it just seemed too good to be true. It just kept getting better and better, but I felt really directed towards that choice. So finally, I feel like I got my answer. I was very confident that this was the right fit for me. And I was blown away when I realized, as I kept asking more and more questions, I think I interviewed my diamond ambassador that I joined with 2 or 3 different times. And I like railed her with questions. And I even had like, I mean, crazy. I had like CEOs of other companies like sending me packages and asking to meet with me and stuff. Not that, like, I'm not saying I'm all that or anything, but you know, I think with my experience, then I was really sought after. And I had them offering me opportunities that if I would join with their company, then they would give me bonuses to start with, automatic bonuses, and they would start me out with a team and like all these advantages if I would choose them, basically. So even with that in mind, like the fact that I had, you know, all these people offering me these incredible advantages to choose them, I still felt I had the most opportunity with Plexus. And so I jumped in full force. It was about, you know, probably 2 weeks before Christmas at this time, maybe less than that. And I just put together some of the information that helped me make my decision. I made up some messages, and I made a list of over 100 people that I knew that I wanted to share this information with. And I just started sending out private messages to everyone on my list. And I said, of course, like greetings. Hey, so excited to see you. Can't wait for Christmas, whatever. I'm sure you heard what happened with my company and my family. And I've been doing some research, and you are not going to believe what I found. And so then I shared like a bunch of statistics, and like just my excitement was contagious. I was so confident in this compensation plan, which was like nothing else that I had seen. And so that confidence led probably 20 to 25 people to join with me and my husband the very first day that I joined on January 1st. So we kind of took off, hit the ground running, and I fast-tracked to senior gold my first month. I really believe that I could have fast-tracked Ruby because I was close. And we moved into our new house that month. So that took about a week out of my productivity time where I just had to focus on moving. And so, but I was that confident, and I had put together messages that were that intriguing that I had a lot of people join me that very first month. So that's kind of how we got started. My goal my first month was to earn $3,000 because that's what I felt we really needed to be okay. Just purchasing this new home and zero savings, I believe that we would be all right if I could just earn $3,000. And between my husband and I, who joined with me the first day, we didn't know about the whole spouses shouldn't join till you're gold or whatever thing, but he joined with me that first day. We earned over $4,000 our first month. And so I was ecstatic. I really believe that I found like a pot of gold. And so that excitement just led me to share even more boldly and share with people, you know, oh my gosh, you're not going to, I know a lot of this isn't compliant now, but I didn't know at the time. So I was sharing my success, my quick success with a lot of people, and my team just continued to grow. And 9 months in, I promoted to Emerald. You guys are all familiar with what that means. I got to pick out a Lexus. I mean, a 6-figure income at that point. But for me, the best thing of all was that I was able to finally be home with my family nights and weekends. And I was able to be the mom that I couldn't be for 8.5 years, and the wife that I couldn't be. And that was just a huge answer to my prayers. And I was so, so thankful for that. And so this provided income for us very quickly, working way less hours and way less stress than I was before. And so I just felt, you know, over the moon, ecstatic. Then, of course, the month after I promoted to Emerald, the website changed and craziness broke loose. We all know that, right?
For sure.
As a team, we persevered through it. We stayed positive. And in March, I promoted to Sapphire. So that, you know, has been an absolutely life-changing opportunity for my family. We are able to do things that I really had only dreamed would be possible for us. We just took a week-long vacation to Mexico. I mean, we toured ruins with a private tour guide. We did snorkeling with sea turtles. We zip-lined over a lake. We swam in cenotes. We, you know, four-wheelered through the jungle. We watched monkeys and like went monkey hunting. It was the most amazing trip. It was like literally a dream come true and something I've been wanting to do with my family. And it was at no financial stress for our family to do that. We paid for that in cash. And I am just so, so grateful. You know, I have a son graduating from high school this next school year, and to know that I don't have to worry about helping him with college and his future and setting him up for success no matter what he wants to do. And, you know, the really cool thing that he, I don't push Plexus on him, but he actually wants to be a Plexus ambassador. And he's super passionate about gut health. His testimonial, health-wise, is probably the one, my first real incredible testimonial was his. And he's so passionate about what Plexus has done for him and what he's seen it do for our family financially, that as soon as he turns 18 next month, then he wants to join as an ambassador. And he's already got some friends that want to join with him, and they're just waiting. And so that'll be kind of
awesome.
Fun. Yeah, he's actually kind of obsessed with the whole gut health thing. He's read Grain Brain and Brain Maker, and he's like trying to get his friends to read it. He's super obsessed. It's so cool.
That's awesome.
So, you know, as incredible as this income has been for our family, I can't deny that the health blessings are even better, because you can't put a price on that. And literally, my son is a different person today than he was before he started Plexus. And I really believe that's the number one reason that God led me here. Also, for my husband, he has an incredible testimonial as well. He avoided a surgery on his shoulder. His triglycerides dropped over 100 points in less than 4 months, just using the triplex and the X Factor. And I mean, he's got an incredible testimonial as well. And, you know, mine, I've got the typical, like, I'm regular for the first time in my life. I broke a huge sugar addiction. My hypoglycemia is completely unnoticeable now. And so I have my own, but that's not why I joined. Like, those were just added blessings that I wasn't even looking for. Like, I didn't even realize that my family was unhealthy, because, you know, on average, I felt, you know, we ate better than most people. And my husband especially was kind of a nutrition freak. So we were into really good supplements and vitamins already. And I didn't realize how much my family needed these products. Thank goodness, me desperately needing the income brought that into our home. But, you know, because I led with the income opportunity first, I 100% believe that's why we ranked very quickly, you know, and I know there's people that have done it much faster than I have. But I think the point is, because that's what I was looking for, that's what I was most excited about, and that's what I shared first. I had business builders joining with me from day one. And so if you think about what that does to duplication, like I had people joining with me the first day and then sharing with other people immediately. We hadn't even tried the products. We didn't even have testimonials on our team, but we were so passionate and excited about this income opportunity just from watching videos and seeing proof of income from a few people, and from the research that I'd done that I was sharing with them, that we built this network very quickly. So what I really want to share with you, and what I hope you take from this, is if you're not sharing the income opportunity first, I believe that you're missing out on a ton of opportunity, and you're missing out on helping a lot of people that would totally take advantage of this. Because as much as people care about their health, and as much as everyone needs these products for health purposes, more people are concerned about their financial well-being. I mean, sad as that is, like when we lay down our head at nights, like most people are more stressed about how they're going to pay their bills than they are about their digestive issues or their hormonal issues or their acne or whatever. So money is something that speaks to people, and if you're willing to share that opportunity and that perspective with them, then I know you'll get people that will join just for that. And if you set them up with that goal, then they'll start building right away too. So the duplication is just insane when you set up a team that way. So I think that's pretty much it. Do you guys have any questions for me?
I wanted to ask, I know you were doing another MLM before this, but what's your background other than that? Like, what type of background do you and your husband come from?
Okay, we had actually tried a couple other MLMs before I just happened to have some quick success with this jewelry company. I'll tell you what it is. I don't think
Leo
it matters.
Sophia, right?
Yeah, Leah Sophia.
Yeah.
And we had tried, both my husband and I tried really hard at a couple other companies. Quick Star was one. I mean, we worked really hard, and I don't think we ever came even close to earning in a month what we spent in a month. And so, I really had no desire to join network marketing or direct sales again. I didn't realize there's a big difference, and this is something I should point out to you too, that made a huge decision in my choice of Plexus. Actually, there's two things that you should know that I think are pretty dang exciting. Three. I'll give you three. The first one is network marketing and direct sales are completely different. I didn't know that. And I had been in direct sales for 8.5 years. I thought they were the same thing. They're not even close. So network marketing, well, I'll just tell you, go Google network marketing versus direct sales, and you can read about it. It'll tell you the differences there. But network marketing was much more appealing to me for what I was looking for. And for residual income, network marketing is a lot more powerful than direct sales. So Google that. And then the second one is, I learned that health and wellness is the #1 most profitable industry in the world. The whole world, not just the United States, the whole entire world. The more people spend money on health and wellness than anything else in the world, which is insane. So we're in the right place. And the third one is this compensation plan. I didn't understand in the beginning what made it so unique. I just knew it looked different than anything else that I looked at, and it seemed to be more generous. And maybe you've heard this before, but I'll tell you, there are 3 main compensation plans out there floating around in the world that almost every network marketing or direct sales company is a part of. They basically take one of those, they choose one, they custom fit it to meet their company's needs or products or whatever. And that's what most every company uses. But Plexus, when they were first structuring their business and they knew that network marketing was the most brilliant business plan in the world, they looked at these and they thought, you know what, it can be done better. And so they designed their own compensation plan. And that's why when I looked these over, that's why this compensation plan was so unique and so special. So those are 3 things that you can take and share. I shared the statistics of the growth of the company. I shared the fact that they're backed by Morgan Stanley, which is huge. Like if you know how to tell people about that, that's huge. I also shared, I mean, I was really bold. I shared how much this girl earned in 1 year, and I saw her proof of income. I even would send it to them if they didn't believe me. I shared testimonials on the products. I shared that they have a 60-day money-back guarantee. I shared it was only $34.95 to join. So who would be crazy enough not to want to take advantage of what I was sharing with them, if you think about it? You know, all those huge benefits and $34.95, what do they have to lose, right? So that's why I was so successful in, you know, building a huge network that just took off really quickly. So
someone wants to know if you could give an example of how you would message someone on the business. So our team as well is, well, I joined for the business too. So that's awesome. Kind of, you know, we're not big on wholesale ambassadors and stuff like that, but that's always a question of like, you know, how do you make your invites? How do you custom tailor them? You know, if you have any like generic tips of how someone could create a message based on the business.
I've kind of been bombarded since I put that video out, which is what caught your attention, Erin.
Yeah.
And honestly, I just shared the messages that I initially sent out on there.
Okay.
And what I would recommend you do is take those and custom fit them to be your own. So I can send those to you and you can attach them. I don't know if you can attach them on the Zoom somehow or on your
video group. Your video is actually in the call event.
Oh, perfect.
So guys, if you want to hear some of her invites, you can go watch her video. It's in the event. The link to it is, so you guys can take a look at it.
Right. And the messages, I copied them word for word, and then I just posted them in the comments under the video. So if you go to the video link, you'll see my messages in the comments.
Oh, okay.
And I will say that there's probably some things in there that aren't compliant anymore. I didn't know that when I joined because there was no such thing as compliance that I heard of at that point. But so make sure you're changing them to be compliant. Make sure you're making them your own. But I mean, you could totally take those and like make them to fit your story. You know, even if you didn't join for the income and you're not really successful as an ambassador financially, you probably know someone that is. And that's what I did in the beginning. I mean, I hadn't earned any money that first month when I fast tracked to senior gold. But what I was sharing about what my friend Tamra earned was enough to get their interest. So you can do the same thing. Like use someone you know as an example. Like that's huge, you know, because people, everyone, I don't care who they are, like honestly, everyone would love to make more income, no matter how much they make already, because it just means more opportunities for those you love and a chance to do more, you know, be more of who you are, do more. So I really think if you lead with the opportunity first, and then, you know, I did have quite a few people, I'm not going to lie, not every single person that I shared with wanted to join for the opportunity, but I did have quite a few that said, not so sure about the business idea, but I totally want to hear more about these products. Okay, so do you think I cried over that? No. I was like, awesome. Okay, here, let's make some product recommendations for you. What are your health goals? What are your needs and all that? Like, what are you dealing with? So it was a win-win because I believed at that time I was offering them the best thing first. And then, you know, if they didn't want that, then usually they were interested in hearing more about the products. So it worked out really well. Awesome.
Well, that is quite the story, Whitney. That is awesome, awesome stuff. Fast start to Ruby would be crazy. I thought I was doing good. I'm like, I almost fast started to gold. I was all excited.
I didn't quite make it to Ruby. I did senior gold, but I was really close to Ruby. And I like I said, if I hadn't moved that month, I believe I could have done it. But it's just because I was sharing with so much passion and I was sharing the right information. You know what I mean? So yes. Alexis did all the work for me. I just organized the information and I was super excited. So people are like, I think I want a piece of that, whatever it is she's talking about. So yeah. It was pretty awesome.
If I could just interject, Erin, too, and I want to really emphasize what Whitney is saying right now, because she's talked about that from the very beginning of her story that when she got on the horn to start calling her friends and she had 20 of them lined up, it was because she knew at that point, she knew without an ounce of doubt that this was something special. And she took that passion behind that knowledge, and that's what her friends were hearing. So a lot of people talk about, like, how do you approach somebody about the business side? And yes, the use of language is important in this business. But in my opinion, what's far more important is that passion behind it that Whitney keeps alluding to. It's where is your belief level? Where is your passion in what you're doing? Because that's what's really going to attract people to draw them in order to give them the education. And building that belief comes from being on these calls like y'all are doing right now. That if you don't have it already, soak it up from the leaders around you who already have the belief much higher than you. Just soak that up and be on these calls and read those testimonials that she's alluding to. You know, go listen to the Diamond documentaries, because the compensation plan will work for you if you work, but having that belief that other people can be attracted to, I just think you can't say enough about that.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And I'll tell you what, I honestly believe people would be crazy not to want to take advantage of this. And that type of confidence is like unshakable. When you share that with people, you know, they could sense how excited I was and how confident I was that I had found. Sorry, my son's trying to call in, so I don't know if that interrupted us. But yeah, I agree exactly with what you said. So thank you for that.
That's awesome. Well, we thank you so much for being on the call. I know you're getting bombarded, so I really appreciate it. You taking your night out to talk to us. That is awesome. And congratulations on your success. That's fantastic.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.
All right. You guys have a great night. Thanks, everyone, for hopping on. And Whitney, I'll send you the recording.
I appreciate that. Thanks, Erin.
All right. You're welcome. Bye, everybody.